In this video, we'll cover Shaxi Oldtown, Dali, Cangshan Ropeway, and the three pagodas. This picture is the old town. It was lovely. This is a old-fashioned chemist. I love all the little boxes. This is a cute shop display. And also just sitting outside a shop. These look very old. I also like the green between the pavers. I think this was a restaurant. I like the way the door was half open, inviting you to have a look. This was a theatre. This is a 500-year-old tree from the pistachio family. Note the paths to the left and right. Some here weren't in great condition and you did have to watch your step. This is a scooter with a sidecar. I think my golf clubs would fit in that. These are tiny little key rings. You get your favourite local dish as a keyring. Everything's very picturesque here. It was one of my favourite places. Also, the shops had very colourful displays. And note how nothing from one basket has got into another. This truck had the engine on the outside, which I hadn't seen before. But, you know, if it works, it works. The old gates looked very old. This graffiti dated back from the one-child policy era. It was a reminder to keep to one child. This was a large craft market, lots of goods laid out, but hardly anyone there to sell them. Someone would eventually come by, not necessarily from that stall, point to the price and a QR code for that item, for that stall. You did that for the right amount and bought the item. At the edge of town there was a river and a pretty bridge. And you could have a ride on a donkey or a pony. Horse. This was our hotel. Breakfast included fried cheese. It wasn't great. This was also a machine at our hotel. There were raw eggs on the top and they were lowered down by the machine. The shell was ejected to the side and a fried egg came out the bottom. The hotel had a wonderful location right in town, but the trade-off was a not so good breakfast. Today was a free day. The official guide had the option of a day tour to a monastery where you'd meet a Taoist master for around 600 yuan or 145 New Zealand dollars. This included a meditation session and stunning scenery. A guide said she did not recommend it but would organise it if anyone wanted to go. No one did. This left us all with a free day. A guide offered to organise an optional trip up Mount Cangshan for views of High Lake, Dali ancient town, the three pagodas in the cliffs. All of us joined in. I like the resistible natural disasters part of the signage under refund range option 1. We went first to one ropeway, which was an open ski lift, good for views but quite windy. When we got there, we found that there was no electricity anywhere on site, so we didn't go up that one. However, there were another 2 ways up, a 5-kilometre one and a 2.6-kilometre one. We went to the 2.6-kilometre one, but I think so had everyone else. We queued at the entrance while our guide queued at the ticket booth. Luckily, she got the tickets before we got to the front and went up the ropeway. So this is a picture of the view and the ropeway up. Nice 6-seater gondolas. This is the view from the top. When we got to the top, there were a couple of loop walk options with good signage. The trackway's in good condition, but some parts are quite steep and could be slippery. This is a giant version of a local Chinese game. No one was playing, just tourists walking through it. This was from a walk around Dali. There was a lovely local park. Lots of photo opportunities here. There were some interesting sights walking around as well. It's not a village, but a proper city, 500,000 people. These lambs were just sitting outside a shop in a street with a sign not to touch. And no llama is complete unless they have a hair clip. There's lots of tourist tat around as well. And some zany hats. It might be a big town, but the city centre still has an ancient feel. And our tour guide found me a post box. I posted 5 cards. The first one took 2 months to arrive. There's also a Catholic church. From here, only the cross on the top gives it away. The inside was very blue. I like the intricate ceiling. The bakeries there were amazing, with a wide variety of very interesting items. This is some pineapple bread. This looks like a cannelloni style waffle, not so much like a crispy omelette. Here we have labels for purple rice cheese, sea salt cheese bread, taro pure bread, and walnut brioches. Here we have chicken chop baguette and beef pretzel. I didn't try any of these. Here we have a mushroom pineapple croissant. I'm not sure if this was one item or 2. As ever, loads of fruit. Now we're at 3 pagodas. This temple area is huge, over 5 square kilometres. The core area is a series of temples in a line, maybe a kilometre from start to end, plus the walk back. These are classic photos from the side at the purpose-built reflection pond and also straight on. These were built in the 800s. Other than repairs, particularly from earthquakes, they're pretty much original. And the smaller ones to the left and right, yes, they are crooked, and that's from an earthquake, but they stay up. I like close-up photos myself. Now, you can also line them up with something on your temple walk. There are many temples. This in a long line. This is one of them. Once you walk up and through one, there's another further along and more steps up. So here's the next one. You walk through or past that, and there's another one. More steps, more temples. There's a lot of walking today, but maybe you could get a lift. Note the ice cream. Also, some nice gardens in a little woodland area. And some large Buddha inside the temples. This turtle was trying for ages to get up on the boulder and bask in the sun with its mate, but it was not to be.